It is time, my friends. Episode 7, Spire of Shadows, the hard mode guide to take down 716 Maelstrom of Confusion and our very own right here, Candy Apple Cookie. Super excited about this one here today. If you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. On top of that, questions, comments, let me know because I'd love to hear from you as always, and would love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server, my friends. Now, all that information is available to you down below, along with plenty more here on the community and great ways to support, plus today's timestamps, as I'll give you the 4 T's. That's the tactics, the team, the treasure, and the toppings in order to help you succeed here and take down Candy Apple Cookie on hard mode, my friends. All right, so let's get into it. Couple things on this. As always, we are in Beast Yeast. This land radiates with power beasts before you unfolds a landscape unlike anything you've seen in Crispia here. Yes, that's right. We have special conditions. In this battle, cookies will have certain stats adjusted. Topping bonus effects don't matter. What does matter, though, are your beast kits and your toppings, plus all your research and all that great stuff. Additionally, here we do have these effects. We have confusion. All attacks will increase once the confusion meter. All attacks will increase the confusion meter. Once full, it will trigger distortion. On hard, the meter will increase with each passing second. Distortion will decrease your team's attack and make them receive extra damage proportional to their max HP with each hit received. Shadow Milk and Candy Apple Cookie's attack will increase, and they will be healed with each hit received. Also, we have Domain of Deceit. Each second the Domain of Deceit meter is increased, the filled meter will trigger Nasty Trick, increasing damage received. Once again, Shadow Milk Cookie and Candy Apple Cookie will receive reduced damage instead. So those two are certainly key, it sounds like, in order to help us take this down in hard mode here. Now, additionally, we have our effects: healing damage, or healing decreased, HP shield capacity decreased, enemies debuff resist increased, and damage down. Couple of things here. We will hit 1 or 2 waves ultimately before we get to that Candy Apple Cookie. I believe it's actually 1. And then additionally here we do have our boss information. This is always key to read through as well. Sweet Lies passive. Becomes enraged when HP decreases, gaining attack speed, and damage resist. After having sustained a certain number of regular attacks over a given period of time, the boss will inflict attack and attack speed debuffs regardless of the target's debuff immunity. So essentially going to pass right through. We also have Candy Apple Bash. Sprinkles candies and deals damage to the 3 nearest targets. Apple of My Eye. Candy Apple Cookie slams down a giant lollipop with a heave. Targets hit with will suffer with reduced attack and take increased damage. The lollipop will shatter, granting her an HP shield, and candy shards will deal extra damage, further increasing damage taken. Giant Candy Drop twirls a small lollipop and throws it in the air. The lollipop becomes huge, landing on targets, pulling them forward and dealing damage that candy breaks and deals extra damage. Candy Rush Explosion twirls a lollipop above her head to launch a bunch of candies. Candy Apple Cookie will then make them explode, dealing damage and charming targets with their sweetness. Lots going on here. The biggest ones, those front 3, are going to take a lot of damage in terms of those pieces. So what does this mean? How do we make this happen? In particular, my friends, I don't have Shadow Milk Cookie yet. So how are we going to get by this? This is exactly how it's going to get done. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll go into edit mode. Couple things here with our team. What we found here is this one wasn't quite strong enough to get all the way through. What actually happened for me running this one in hard mode, we lose Burning Spice and don't put out enough damage. Thought maybe we flip in Candy Apple and can do it. Nope, still not quite enough for me in particular. So that got me to thinking, well, hey, if we can access everyone's favorite Shadow Milk and survive, we can replace Burning Spice with something. Maybe that's the team that's going to get by. So that's exactly what we're going to do here today. We're going to grab our ferret first and foremost here, and then let's go ahead and take a look, because as a free-to-play player, this is actually really great now to help you progress, particularly if you don't have those cookies out of the gate, just like me, because we can still use them and we can have a great strategy. So technically you could say, even if you don't have Shadow Milk and get all these cookies as free-to-play, it's still free to play to get by, right? Because now you have Hire a Cookie. So let's go ahead and we're going to use this Hire a Cookie. Now, what I did is you can obviously grab the most popular ones if you want to. You get 1 chance with that. However, in social, it's really important to have good friends, right? So we have some. So thank you to those friends, and a great time to come to the Discord server, find more friends if you need them, find them here on the channel, in the community, in the comments, those kinds of things if you're looking as well. So what I'm looking for here is, does one of my friends have a Shadow Milk cookie? Yes, we do, right here. I've actually pre-approved. Yes, we did. And we're on cooldown, actually. And you can see the stats. We got cooldown, 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 lots of cooldown, damage resist bypass, and then a lot more cooldown. The substats actually aren't really going to matter here because we're in that Beast Yeast. So let's go ahead. We're going to select this one. Now we got Shadow Milk Cookie on our team, my friends. So awesome. And again, if you go into your hired cookies and you look at that social or Shadow Milk cookie on top of that, is not even 1 star. Perfect. Making this really, really nice. So thank you to Mizu Jelly here for lending us our Shadow Milk cookie. So make sure that you're absolutely doing this. It's going to make a big difference. All right. So this is going to be our strategy here. The only other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move a little bit over to attack instead and see if this is able to get us through, which I believe, if I recall, it was this one. If not, then it's the debuffer. All right. And we'll also grab this one and we'll move over to more attack here as well, because the big issue that I had was getting enough damage through and having those cookies survive. And again, this was the one that was able to do it. All right. So now it's time to go into our gear. Now, again, topping bonus effects don't matter. So a couple things. First and foremost, it's always a great time to like and subscribe here. So thank you for that. For content like this, other future content, and all of our gear toppings and basic guides, which we do have here on the channel for you. Now, what you're going to find is, even though we do have Shadow Milk Cookie here, you do need to make sure that you're checking in that higher cookie at the gear and all those other pieces to see it, because you're not going to see it here because of the empty space. Now, what we are on is we're on Solid Almond, we're on cooldown and survivability here. Additionally, we're on attack. We may want to move to more survivability here, so let's go ahead and pre-select there. And then we have cooldown and survivability here. So we'll try that. Even though I knew I was able to get by damage resist bypass, we'll make it a little bit better here, hopefully with some defensive maneuvering and some survivability there with our Wind Archer. So there you have it, my friends. Hard mode team for you here. Essentially pretty much free to play in my mind, minus the fact that it is all legendary beasts and whatnot. So again, even though we did acquire those all as a free-to-play player. All right, and you can check it out here on the channel. So let's go ahead. Everything that we need to know about Candy Apple Cookie, we gave you the tactics, we gave you the team, we gave you the treasures and the toppings in order to help you succeed here. Let's go for our run. Now, again, if you got a question though or comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you and love to see you in that community and Discord server, my friends. All right, so we're gonna go full-blown auto mode here because we are gonna be able to get by. Biggest thing again is just making sure you're paying attention, because you can absolutely click in here and do those kinds of things to get a little bit more of an advantage in terms of that survivability, just because your auto mode stuff might not trigger out of the gate right away. And once again, you can see distortion and deception on our cookies. So making sure that that gets removed can be big. If we had that debuff there on the side, certainly that would be taking it off. All right. Now, the big one, though, is we do have that Jester taking advantage of all this stuff as well. And we see the damage dealt up there instead. All right, here we go. Candy Apple Cookie, 35 million. We got 2 minutes here to make it happen. Candy Apple is going to do a ton of damage here. Really, really close there. Multiple times on getting Wind Archer. The biggest thing that you just saw there was that increase in damage resist, making the big difference for me. Before, it was literally this close, and now we lost Dark Cacao. So we may have to switch back because of the fact that that additional change can make a difference in our team's lineup and stack. However, we will try and finish this and see what happens first. Now, again, one of the things that can happen when you pivot and make some of those changes on the fly like me, that can happen. Just bad raw luck, or the shift in the, ooh, that was close, in the boss and some of the trigger events and those kinds of things. We're right here that we might be just fine. Oh, look at that. And we did it. We absolutely got through, my friends. Super key there to have the Wind Archer plus the Jester, Shadow Milk, and able to get by. Absolutely love it. Super nice there. And a couple ideas on top of that, though, just so that you're aware, again, in terms of those swaps, maybe you want to throw in something like a financier cookie. Maybe you want to try burning spice, or another defense type cookie for that survivability. Those kinds of things might make a difference for you. Or maybe you want to switch back on the Wind Archer and change some of those stats out so that that targeting might not hit your front line like it did with me. Regardless, though, that is everything you need to know to get by Candy Apple Cookie here, the boss of 716 on hard mode. Super excited about that and able to take this one down for us here today. If you still got a question, if you got a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to see you in that Discord server, like I said, my friends. And thank you for tuning in today. I truly appreciate your support and tuning in. I appreciate the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community. And thank you so much to our members. Memberships are available too. There's something that comes with those. You can check those out at various levels. Additionally, don't forget our Swagger merch store and our affiliate links. All great ways to support. So thank you. Don't forget my socials, at me, chat me, stay connected, because we might showcase your stuff here. And I'd love to see how you're beating Candy Apple Cookie here on hard mode as well. Can you do it without the Jester? Let us know. Or Shadow Milk, as others like to say. I prefer Jester. Regardless, with that, we'll see you again soon. Until next time, my friends, we got a lot more coming your way. And stay tuned for more of those things and keep on running.